Welcome back to the Tide Hanger. This is Mike, and I'm coming at you with the weekly news in review for July 21st, 2024, 2024. Of course, we have Transformers news, Masterpiece, Legends, Mainline, all kinds of good stuff, a lot of fun stuff. We just had a TFCon, so some of it's a little bit lighter than last week. We got some Super Powers news, some good old Toddy Mac going on, the McFarlane, and it's kind of like a crowd fund that's going on. It's kind of weird, but we'll talk about it. Super7's got a bunch of exclusives, like a ton of exclusives. And I've got a little information I saw in a live stream. There's only 200 of us that got this information, so I'm going to share it with you. And that information is, when will they go up for sale on the site, and how many will go up on the site? Well, I'll talk about all that. And we've got reissues with a little bit different stuff, the draped capes and all that kind of stuff with the gargoyles, NECA. And this is like very frustrating the way NECA did this, but it is what it is what it is. We'll talk a little more about this. Of course, there's some Tmnt stuff here and there for all kinds of different companies. There's always lots of Turtle news going on. And then there actually is Star Wars news. We'll talk about this and more coming up. All right, so what's new is Show Z. We've got the price of the Jester Slingshot, which contains all of the combiner parts, and it's $319. Now, if you order from US, that's $400 plus tax, so $440 or $436 or something like that. So $436, $319 is less than that, I think. A little bit less than that. Imagine if you ordered 3 of these. I know people that order 3 of these. That's a big chunk of savings. That's you getting one for free almost, right? Ordering from Show Z. But it will be about a month later than US retailers. That's just the way it is, but I'd rather save the money. So we got a Legend Scale Robot Toys RT-02R Tyrant Beast Wars Transformers Megatron, $1 down, and it's going to be cool looking. I think their Megatron, the first one, the purple one, was phenomenal. It's a great job. I'm tempted on this, but I don't know how deep I'm going to go into recolors. But for the price, like $30, it's definitely worth it. Wait, I just checked, and yeah, I actually did pre-order this. And I don't like talking about the same thing from Show Z that I talked about last week. But this thing is already up with the price and coming in stock. So that was fast. Just like the cassettes came out of nowhere and boom, they're ready to go. But the Magic Square Voice Ripple Soundwave, it's the S version, which we're not sure what that means, but $34.99. Mine was $32.99 because of the $1 down and the double deposit discount. So this is one of those figures that's been shooting through the roof price-wise, and this is a variant, but I would still suggest this if you're in on the Legends stuff. Let's start with some Masterpiece-y kind of stuff here, and I want to say that MMC's putting out pictures. I believe it's renders, not actual product, but renders of their repaint of their Bruticus, which I thought it was G2. I looked up G2, and it doesn't exactly match what I've seen for G2 stuff, but anyway, I've seen the Bruticus back in the day in multiple different colors, multiple different iterations, and this is pretty cool looking, and it's cool that they put this picture out. And before I talk about stuff, I kind of want to get an idea if I'm crazy. It's because this is not the colors that the original one was. So here's the original one, so you can see the difference in color and aesthetic. And yeah, the original one doesn't have the upgrade kit. The one they're showing is shown with the upgrade kit boots on, which looks way better with the upgrade kit. X-Transbots is showing their Fast and the Fury, the T versions, toy versions. I think they look cool. I actually think they're a little more interesting than the ones that I've got, but of course I'm going to get these in, compare them to the first set, see which ones I like better, but it's one of those things that no other company is going to do this. I don't mind picking up a spare set and deciding which set I like more, but what are these golden drums they're holding, oil drums? Kind of cool. I think the first pictures we got were renders, and these are the actual product. When they start getting this close, I think this is in production coming soon. Of course, for them, it's just a reissue with a recolor, and with that, it's just money in the bank. But whereas Tyrant and all this other stuff, well, this pays for that in a way. But I'm still looking forward to it. There are some very significant differences. We'll see those in that side-by-side. Dreamstar Toys is showing more of their combiner, and at first I just saw the picture and thought, somebody's finally making a Computron, and it's going to be Dreamstar. And then I was like, oh yeah, that's the Devastator. But Devi, they're stylized Devi, but it's kind of cool. It's kind of interesting. In the mix here, the Devastator Wars are deep in progress right now. All right, so we have an 8-inch tall, 61 points of articulation, Rise of the Beast, Deluxe 3.0 Mirage. So 8 inches puts it in about, in my opinion, about Masterpiece scale, but their Deluxe are a little bit larger than Masterpiece. Then I always look, when it comes to the live action stuff, I always kind of feel like those are bigger than G1, but anyhow, it's pretty cool, pretty interesting. You know, it's going to be expensive with the 3.0 and doesn't transform, and if you're in on these, then you might want to check out this Mirage. Looks pretty cool. So we've got this picture from Touch Toys, the J16C Vulcan Shark teaser, and I have no idea what it's really going to be. It's going to be a battleship boat, maybe? That's what they've been making. But anyhow, that's the teaser. That's pretty cool. I'm not good at teasers, but I'm pretty good at, you know, Monday night with that 1% Club show. So, Flame Toys is putting out a recolor of the Power Rangers Dino Megazord Black Limited Edition, and obviously I'm behind the boat here because I forgot that all those little animals combine into make this thing, which is what Power Rangers does. But I gotta say, I'm still kind of curious. I saw one thing, Power Rangers coming from Super 7, but I saw it last week and can't find it this week. But there's something coming from Super 7 for Power Rangers. Anyhow, this is pretty cool for all the Power Ranger fans, and it's a bit Voltron-ish in a way, and yeah, it's cool. When I say it's Voltrons, a lot of people say they pick these up to be something to go against Voltrons, even if they're not really into Power Rangers. So this is the 01 Studio Seed repaint in production, and I just like to show these bins of parts, but when it comes to 01 Studio making a planet, it seems like so my understanding is they make half of it, and then the other half is pretty much the same thing. It's very symmetrical, which I don't know about this one specifically, but the Unicron was. But still, cool looking overall to see all the parts as they're making this, and the whole production and behind the scenes. I'm always interested in that. So really the last bit of Masterpiece is NPM 15 Brawl sighted at US retail at a Target, and it doesn't say who posted this picture. Obviously, somebody had to take this picture. Facebook user, it just says Facebook user. Anyhow, this is important because we're still getting movie Masterpiece at retail at Target, but we don't get G1. I'm happy for those that are getting it. It's cool to see that it's going on, and I hope it's successful because that would lend to maybe occasionally getting some sort of a G1 at retail. That would just be awesome if we can get that. Back to the good old days if we get G1 at retail. Alright, so we got a picture that looks like a teaser in a way, but it's Iron Factory IFEX68 Claw of OSE? OSE? Anyway, that's what this is. There's no alt mode pictures yet. It comes with a little kitty cat. There's no more information than this one picture, and not much Legends going on out there. The well's dry this week on Legends, but watch next week it pour in. Dr. Wu is making their own version, what they call it Red Tank is Star Shuttle, but it is Warpath and Scourge or Sweep or whatever. But they're repainting them into Green Tank. Green Tank. We're going to see Green Tank again later on, which is kind of it's a GoBot color. And then Shifu, which is Alpha Trion, right? Alpha Trion. So that's kind of what we always seem to get with the sweeps into an Alpha Trion. And yeah, that's cool. These are tiny. These are sub-Legend scale. So I think this is a perfect time to transition into mainline Hasbro news. And this is a picture from GoGo Andy Robo on X, formerly known as Twitter. There's the GoBots repaints in the back. Now, the whole lore changed when they came in, and it was actual Transformers that turned into GoBots or something along those lines, I guess. But this is the original G1 GoBots that they're modeled after, and so you can see, so there's a little bit less confusion. That's a great picture. I want to commend this one picture. It's amazing. It's awesome. He has a whole lot more pictures. Go check them out on X. All right, so obviously the biggest news this week for Hasbro is the Commander class Optimus Prime. We're going to take a look. There's like 4 stories this week just about this Commander class. It's a big deal, and I'm not buying it for 90. I think it's cool. I think it's great. I'm going to sing it praises, but I wish it wasn't 90. I'd be in on it for 50, but I understand why they want to get $90 out of it. It looks great. It looks awesome in both modes and alt mode, and I probably will change my mind down the road, but I'm crossing my fingers hoping for a sale. There will not be a sale on this. This will sell out, and it's Optimus Prime. Prime always sells. That's just the way it is. That's why they make so many of them, and this is the best one to date, and it beats everything else out there. It's going to have the articulation, and it looks good. It's clean in both modes. Does have a backpack, not a big deal to me, and the thing is that it's clean in the alt mode where Takara was not, which is very important in my opinion. IMO, I think it's important. And you got all the same stuff going on with the original, and the trailer is actually bigger than the Earthrise trailer, and it's everything. This figure, I just want to see side by side with Yolo Park. I really feel like it's very close to the same size and scale as the Yolo Park AMK Pro Series, which I always felt was too big for your mainline. And now this guy's coming out for your mainline, but he's going to be big, about say 8 inches. I mean, it's a big bud, big boy. All right, so here he is in comparison to Earthrise, in comparison to G1. That's a good inch or almost an inch taller. What a difference an inch makes. And as you can see, he's the best looking one that they've made so far. So this is Hasbro ones. Technically, it's Takara, and it's Takara saying, what could we have done different on MP44? Is this the future of where MPG is going to go? Maybe. The Commander class might be inside into that. I don't know. I just speculate on things, but I think it does look good. $90. Still not in on it, but I'm going to show you more cool stuff about it. Here is the trailer versus Earthrise, and it's much bigger trailer. So what you're getting for 90 versus what you used to pay 55 for, and it's nearly double the price. It's not twice the size, but it's significantly larger. And of course, after inflation for the last 5 or 6 years, this thing. When did this one come out? 5 years ago? 4 years ago? The Earthrise one, but it's still pretty cool overall. And everybody that I've talked to that talks about this says they've got it pre-ordered, so everyone's pre-ordering this. I'm surprised it's not sold out yet. They make like 100,000 of them. Well, no, Commander Class probably doesn't have the high production runs because it is the higher price point. Here he is mixed in with the rest of the figures, and he does look a bit on the big side. Frankly, that's pretty much what it looks like if you put your AMK Pro Yolo Park in with just some standard Hasbro figures. He towers over them like he's Ultra Magnus. I need to see him next to Ultra Magnus. On to the third story of the week, or maybe I'm not doing them in order, but this is the packaging art for that figure, and it's cool. Showing the transformation, that scene in the 86 movie where he transforms, jumps in the air, starts shooting, and I don't want to ruin it for anybody if you haven't seen it yet, but it's an amazing scene. It's a lot of fun. Love that scene. I can watch that anytime. All right, the last story was just literally all those different shots of transforming from the alt mode to bot mode, jumping in the air, and all that kind of stuff. So we don't need to move on. We move on to the Transformers 1 Quintesson High Commander in-hand images. This is interesting. Hashtag not my Quintesson, but still kind of cool looking. I look forward to something good and cool coming from this Transformers 1, but it does feel very kiddish. In fact, my wife went to go watch a movie, some Minions movie with my son, and when she came back, she said, that new Transformers movie looks like it's for little kids. And, well, it's advertising during a little kids movie anyway. So, yeah, it is going to be a kids movie. But, I mean, we could probably all enjoy it too, right? Right? Okay. Here's the alt mode to it, which do Quintessons need an alt mode? I guess they do in the new Transformers 1. No, before... Didn't Quintessons create Transformers? Like, they're not Transformers. They created Transformers. They are just their own being. Oh, whatever. Yeah, before too many comments, I know. Quintessons are no Vector Sigma. So, getting into this here, we've got This one called the Star Rider Deluxe Road Pig in-hand images, and this looks pretty good. Who got these images? No Trab. Somebody was saying it seems like that's the official person to release pictures of stuff these days, but on Weibo. But yeah, his pictures are great. These look really good, and it's a cool looking figure. I feel like we saw it last week, but there was so much my head was spinning from last week. I can't even remember what I did talk about and didn't talk about, but here we go with this alt mode. Cool looking motorcycle. I know we talked about this last week, but these are better pictures. And although we discussed this in my Friday video, this is the Mastermind Creations R53 Tyrannotron Stormbringer Megatron new image from MMC. And this one, I'm not in on this. People are saying it's IDW, and I really don't follow that very close, but it looks good, and it appears to be more finalized coloring. There's reports that the Party Wallop, the Tmnt crossover van turtle, and you can make it look like any of the different characters, swap things out, and make it look like any character of the 4 turtles. Now this is showing up in Canada, but it's also showed up in the US. I saw some random toy hunt video, and he was excited that this was showing up. I was like, wow, it's already showing up. That's a little early, but pretty cool. So I occasionally randomly click on random toy hunt videos, so I get fed random toy hunt videos from random people all over, and that's kind of fun. It's kind of cool. I like seeing what's out there other than the same old stuff that's been sitting on our shelves for 2 years. So we're getting official Legacy Star Raider Leader Thundertron multi-pack stock images. And it looks cool. It really feels like just repaints of other stuff. Look at that dude's peg leg. That's cool. Well, is it cool? How does he stand? You got to have super amount of support on that other foot. That peg leg going on there. And you got a Rat Bat repaint to white. Rat Bat's been getting a lot of love lately. Fansways put their Rat Bat out. Now we got this Rat Bat repaint into black. Of course, calls it something else, but it's kind of cool. People are saying they're pretty excited about this from what I'm hearing. And then we got the alt modes. And there they are. And Rat Bat turns into a cassette, which his name's not Rat Bat, it's called something. So I was wanting to get my hands on the Super 7 stuff. And when I do, when it's up for pre-order, I'm going to spend too much money because there's too many Super 7 things I want from the SDCC. But here's another SDCC, which, by the way, starts on the 25th. So here in about 4 days from the time you're watching this. I passed on the Unicron and the standard blister, but I'm not going to be able to pass on it in this packaging if it's around the same price, because I just think it's so cool that the prototype Unicron from G1 that never got made is getting made by Super 7, even though it's like a third of the size or an eighth of the size or something. Wouldn't it be awesome if Super 7 would up this and make the actual prototype? It would be cool. I don't think they're allowed to make Transformers because, I don't know. That's the Hasbro thing. But I'm in on it. I'm not in on the Grimlock, though, but I'm in on this. Here's another Comic-Con thing. They're going to be showing, Yolo Park is going to be showing their new AMK figures for the new movie, the One movie. And we're going to be getting Elita 1 Cogless Mode model kit. We're going to be getting the Elita 1 Cogged Mode model kit. We're going to be getting Rise of the Beast Mirage model kit. We're going to be getting Last Night Optimus Prime and Nemesis Prime model kit, which the G1 Nemesis Prime is what I'm after. Anyhow, this is what's going on with Yolo Park. I'm so tempted on a lot of things, but I'm holding back. I'm probably not going to get the One stuff, but really cool. I love everything they're doing with the AMK Pro Series. And TFCon Baltimore, November 1st through 3rd. I saw this and I thought, we just wrapped up TFCon? Just wrapped it up. And here we are with TFCon Baltimore. Well, it's fresh on everyone's mind. And hey, remember, you want to come to the one in November. So, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Going to have special guest Peter Cullen. And, yeah, pretty cool. Peter Cullen, just so much amazing stuff he contributed to Transformers. Not just G1, but all the generations. So, Rumtoy just had a live stream. I caught a bit of it, and I tried to piece together what's going on with this. So, here's what's going on. There are 2 tanks up for pre-order right now. And I don't have the pictures of the unlocks just yet. Well, I think I have one. But we can talk about that later. There are some really cool unlock if we can get to 1,500 with this. So the Hunter tank on the left is $140 early bird, but if you wait down the road, it's going to be $200. The accessory pack to turn that into the bridge layer is $90 on the early bird, $120 if you wait till later. And then you can turn it into what they call the phalanx, and you could get the dual missile launchers. That's $60. You could wait and get it for $80, but the early bird is $60. And so that is if you want to make the Hunter, the bridge layer, and the phalanx, you need to buy 3 Hunters and then 1 bridge layer, 1 phalanx. But you can pre-order all this, and it's $50 down, or you can pay in full. So it's really great that they give you a $50 down option. So I think I'm going to be in on 1 Hunter, one of the one on the right, the amphibian, and then I'm going to get a bridge layer upgrade kit. So that's going to cost me like $150, I guess. But it's way better than being out all that at once, so that's pretty cool too. Now the amphibiana, I'm saying it wrong, and I was on his live stream, but really, really cool looking. I like that one the most, actually. I was going to consider only getting that, but the way the bridge layer is, and the pricing on this is phenomenal. It is fantastic pricing, and the fact you have to put $50 down now, and then when you do pay for it when it shows up, it's going to be that much less when it shows up. That's outstanding. But loving it. Now, I think the amphibiana is going to have like an ice beam, dual ice beam, if it hits 1,500 orders on that. And then you get this. Okay, don't quote me. I believe this is what you're going to be getting with this extra blast effect. Talked about it on Friday. I showed it off on Friday video. But I think this is what you're going to be getting if the Hunter hits 1,500. So pretty outstanding. Pretty awesome. It's kind of like an unlock. This is not a crowdfund. These are going to get made. They are just giving you 1 month early bird. So a month from now, you're not going to be able to get the early bird pricing anymore if you don't place your order now. Got to hand it to Brian. He's got a lot of SDCC exclusives, and he did say he's going to have some really crazy stuff. This Groon in clear is awesome. It looks fantastic. And with that, I'm going to definitely have to pick that up because SDCC exclusive, all that. And I've been having a real affinity for clear stuff. Now, getting into the new version of Lion-O, he has light up eyes, and I don't have price on this, so I didn't catch the price on this, but this dude looks amazing, and we can see him in the light. Shine some light on Lion-O with his light up eyes, and there he is. His body is almost completely different. Now, this is just a render, which it's an SDCC, and they're bringing it with them, and yet this is a render. Okay, but it's still cool. It looks really good. This is the 6th version of Lion-O that they've made in the line, which is a downer that they made so many Lion-Os, but again, Lion-O sells, and those who missed out before, you want to bring more people into it. Who really wants to keep collecting the deep cut figures if you don't get a Lion-O? I understand all that, but I'm still going to order it. This is the 4th version of the Mumra, and it's a light up eye Mumra. And so, the question is, how much different is this than the other one? I believe that the paint apps are different too. It's not just the exact same figure that they put out before. It's the paint apps are different, in my opinion. They look a little bit different, but having them side by side, you'll know the difference. And if they look exactly the same, again, this is a render. It's not real world, and you get different accessories, sort of different painted accessories. You're getting less and less accessories when it comes to this, but light up eyes. Now, their Tmnt vinyl will be up for display, but not order yet. And maybe they'll announce the price at SDCC, but they will definitely have it on display so you can see what it does. And some people are coming out of the woodwork telling me after I made a video about it that it does have head articulation, it does have neck articulation, it does have feet articulation, and it does have wing articulation, it does have leg articulation. So that's the rumor. I can't confirm any of that. That's just what people are saying, but we'll know more on SDCC. Brian will be moving the legs around, all that kind of stuff, so that will definitely come out at SDCC. Alright, I'm trying to keep all the Super 7 stuff together, but I probably won't, but this is stuff also at Super 7. This is going to be the Godzilla Shogun. There's going to be a Conan the Barbarian figure that looks like it looks like it's in the Motu style. They had that back in the day, but anyway, they have Conan now, and they're making it in Motu style, it appears. And we've got this other classified figure, which looks to be like a more or less a repaint of Snake Eyes for the most part, but cool stuff. Okay, we have McFarlane doing what's called a drawing board crowdfund project for DC Superpowers line, and what it's included is a vehicle, a Black Manta Sea Saucer, a vehicle Bat Multicraft, a Black Manta with a new deco, Aquaman new deco, Batman new deco, Robin new deco. So it starts at the bottom with just getting that Sea Saucer for 20, and then you can go as far as, and I'm wondering if you're placing your order, maybe you get one Sea Saucer, then you get Sea Saucer plus 2 figures or something, but Sea Saucer plus 2 figures is $35, and then it goes up to the top tier, which is $100, where you get the Black Manta, Sea Saucer, Manta, and Aquaman. You get Batman Multicraft, Batman and Robin power suits, and all of it together for $100. That's not bad if you think about it. It's like 20, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then premium Todd McFarlane autographed art card. Anyhow, if that's something you're into, I might be in on this. I'm not sure yet. I think I will, because I think it looks pretty cool. I think it's something fun. And what sucks is this the only way you're going to be able to get these vehicles? Runs through August 8th. So from now to August 8th. And it's only been 3 days. I've already raised $119,000 for the crowdfund. I just do not like the McFarlane crowdfund idea on that at all. It's really strange, but you're basically placing your orders and you get some deals lumped in. All right, we're moving into NECA. This is the Elite Foot, Foot Ninja, and Foot Enforcer pre-orders for Mirage Comics series. So this is not an exclusive. This is just a straight-up pre-order. It's pretty cool. And then we've got some, in case you missed these at Target, there's the NECA, Mirage Comics, Kirby, and Baxter Stockman pre-orders, and you can get them at places like Entertainment Earth and BBTS and Toy Geek, Chosen Prime. So if you're interested, go check them out. If you're a fan of Saw, the NECA Jigsaw Killer Red Robe version is getting a wide release if you're interested in that. You've got soft goods and stuff. Looks pretty cool, pretty interesting. I'm going to give it to NECA. They definitely give you your value for your dollar for $35. Speaking of value for your dollar for $35, okay, they're putting out the Detective Broadway, which I might pick up. It's kind of cool, but I don't know how much deeper I'm going to go into these gargoyles, but I think he's kind of cool. There's also Broadway with closed wings. Oh, he has his closed wings. Goliath and Demona with closed wings 2-pack. So Broadway's $35, or you get the 2-pack for $75. And you know, this is kind of a mixed bag for me, and I don't like how you have to get something else to get the wings. And if you've been keeping up with all of it, I think you should have the counterpart closed wings for all these. But still, $70 for a 2-pack of stuff you already have just to get the wings is kind of annoying. And Broadway himself, that's kind of a cool jacket he's got, but I don't know. I don't really like all of these reissues just to get one extra accessory. One thing about Playmates is if you want to get something like these sketch drawings, is that what they're calling these? Sketch turtles? From the original sketch. They're going to be $15 each, $14.99 each. So that's pretty cool. I think that's a good value on that. If they're 4.5 inches tall, if you just want to get a representation of them and you don't want to buy one of the really expensive versions that's out there, or get the best of actions, made them. Pretty much every turtle maker is making this version of Turtle, but they're a lot more expensive if you go with the other makers. So $14.99, not a bad price. Alright, so season 6, I think it's the last season of Cobra Kai. Don't hold me to that, but I haven't started watching it yet, but it's on July 18th on Netflix, so it's on there now, and I'm not even sure. My kids are watching, starting from season 1, so it's going to be a while until they catch up. I don't know if I'm going to wait and watch with them when they're caught up, but still pretty cool. Look forward to seeing it. You're going to see some Cobra Kai stuff popping up. HBO's got an original drama series, Dune Prophecy. I think it's going to be out in November, but it's pretty cool. There's a trailer for it. It seems like a lot of Benny Gesserit stuff, the witches going on in there, but if you're a fan of Dune, then you might enjoy watching this on HBO. I don't have HBO, but I'm sure there'll be another way to watch it down the road, but pretty cool stuff. Hey, does it feel weird to have Star Wars news? It's like, what do you do? Where do you go? I don't have enough time left for Star Wars news. Black Series rumor report, Savage Press, and Prince Zizor images leaked. No heads, but that does look a lot like that Prince Zizor we got back in the Power of the Force line when they did the Shadow of the Empire figures. It was pretty cool. And then Savage Press, that's basically, isn't that Darth Maul's brother or something? We got a Droid Factory R5Z0MB available August 2nd at the Disney Store, and he's missing a giant chunk out of his head. He literally is missing a chunk out of his head. And he's got a bunch of different colors on him. Crazy. So there's going to be new 4-inch Epic Heroes coming soon. There's the Duel for the Darksaber that features Moff Gideon and the Dark Trooper armor. Oh, in his Dark Trooper armor, and Bo Katan, and also the build-up pack featuring Darth Maul. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Star Wars these days, but Disney's making their own stuff and putting it out, but yet Hasbro's paying a licensing fee. Maybe Hasbro gets to pay less of a licensing fee since Disney can just make whatever they want and compete directly with them. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. This is really strange. Okay, so the Walmart exclusive Black Series Mandalorian Shriek Hawk 2-pack pre-orders, and so the pre-orders are up for these, and Walmart updated today with their CollectorCon exclusives for this. If you're interested in it, pre-orders will be available for pre-order on the 25th at 7 a.m. So that's still a few more days away. Okay, 25th on that. If you're interested, I'm not interested. I'm not pre-ordering it. I'm not paying for that. It might be something fun if it shows up at Ollie's or something. And really, the only story we had last week was the new Halloween stuff. Now, this says that Black Series reissues Clone Trooper Halloween Edition and Incinerator Trooper helmet. So that's cool, too. You know what? Couldn't you just kind of throw these dudes in with kind of a Cobra Kai display or a Karate Kid display, and they were dressed like this during that party? Yeah, you could actually, yes. Let me know what you think about this week's weekly news and review. There's another tier I didn't show it. It's 75 tier that pretty much has everything without the autographed card from McFarlane. So I guess that is a better deal. But anything else going on out there that I didn't talk about? What are you excited about for SDCC? And all the SDCC stuff should be available to pre-order Monday after SDCC. And I'll remind you that next week. But Tiberium Hanger out.